Hi, I'm Dick Howe Jr. When I was just 6 years old, my dad decided to run for the Lowell City Council. The year was 1965. He was one of 55 candidates that ran for the office that year. In the preliminary election, he finished 11th, but after 6 weeks of very diligent campaigning, he moved up to 5th place in the general election. He was one of 5 new councilors elected that year. And with 55 candidates, you would think that participation was high, and it certainly was. That was reflected in the voting booth. In the 1965 election, 33,000 people voted. The first place finisher received more than 17,000 votes, and the 9th place finisher, the final councilor elected, received more than 13,000 votes. Now compare that to what happened in the last city election, 2011. In the 2011 city election, the turnout was 9,900, roughly 10,000 people, quite a bit less than the 33,000 who voted in 1965. In 2011, the first place finisher received 5,300 votes compared to the 17,000 received by the first place finisher in 65. In 2011, the 9th place finisher, the final councilor elected, received only 3,400 votes. So you have 10,000 votes in 2011, 33,000 voters in 1965. You might say, well, we're busier now, there's more distractions, and it's understandable that fewer people would be involved in the electoral process. But that's really not the case, because if you look at the 2012 state election, the one that just occurred last November, in which we voted for Barack Obama or Mitt Romney for president, or Elizabeth Warren or Scott Brown for senator, 34,000 Lowellians went to the polls at that election. That's 1,000 more than participated in that historic 1965 city council election. But it's also 24,000 more than have participated in the city council election from the year before. Now, if you think about it, who is on the city council has a lot more to do with the quality of your life than who's president of the United States or the United States senator. Because it's city government that provides the police and fire departments that protect us. It's city government that paves and plow the roads that we use to get around our community. It's city government that maintains the parks that we enjoy in our leisure time. It's city government that ensures that when we turn on the faucet, clean water flows into our house, and when we flush the toilet, dirty water flows out of our house and makes its way in a clean, sanitary, and environmentally safe manner into the Merrimack River. City government provides an almost infinite number of services that affect you in your everyday life. And yet, only a few of the city's residents participate in those elections. If you want your voice to be heard, you have to vote. The election this year is Tuesday, November 5th. The polls are open from 7 o'clock in the morning till 8 o'clock at night. The deadline for registering is October 16th. The Election Commission will be open until 8 p.m. that night. If you have any questions about where you vote, when you should vote, how to vote, absentee if you're not going to be around that day, if you need a ride to the polls, you should call the Election Commission. Their phone number is 978-674-1200. That's 978-674-1200. Now, we elect 9 city councilors at large. Every one of them represents the entire city, and they truly do represent everybody in the community. But it's natural that the people they're going to listen to the most are those that vote. As I said before, if you don't vote, you don't have a voice. It's not enough, though, just to show up at the ballot box and blacken in a couple of circles next to some random names you select. You have to be an informed voter. When you're talking to your friends, family, neighbors, co-workers, ask them, who are you going to vote for in the city council election? Why? Share your opinions with them. Whatever source of information you use to keep informed on what's going on in the city, whether it's a paper, newspaper, blogs, Facebook, a radio station, or LTC, your local cable station. Pay attention. There are 18 city council candidates who are working 7 days a week, as well as 7 school committee candidates who are working equally hard to get your attention, to tell you what they stand for, what they want to do on the city council and the school committee. When a piece of literature lands on your front doorstep or in your mailbox, read it, look it over. Try to attend the candidate forum. If you can't attend, watch the many of them that are going to be broadcast on LTC. Reach out online. But most importantly, inform yourself and participate. Remember, if you want your voice to be heard, you have to vote. Tuesday, November 5th is the City Council and the School Committee election. The polls open at 7 o'clock in the morning, and they close at 8 o'clock at night. The Election Commission is offering rides to the polls to people. If you need a ride or if you have any question, call the Lowell Election Commission. They're located at City Hall. Their telephone number, again, is 978-674-1200. And please vote on November 5th. Thank you very much.